on the new James Bond film, No Time to Die.
It's absolutely fantastic and awful.
Let's go!
Kerry and Berry.
Hey, Kerry and Berries, I'm Kerry.
And I'm Berry.
We all love a good action movie to distract ourselves from the rest of the world.
Especially one that's a long-running series spanning over the course of decades.
After a delay of almost 18 months, the film finally hit our cinemas.
By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why we're in two minds about this film.
Plus, we are revealing a shocking twist of the last 2 seconds of the film.
And 99% of the audience missed it.
Comment below your thoughts and feelings.
Are you going to see the film? Have you watched it? Let us know.
And now this is your final warning. This will contain spoilers.
A big thanks to NordVPN, the sponsors of this video. Protect your online privacy from snooping eyes today by going to nordvpn.com/KerryBerry.
The plot. So, we'll start with Bond with his current lover.
He's on retirement. He's always found the love of his life, hasn't he? Just when he's love of my life died. Oh, there's a new one. Well, we didn't watch the previous one, so we didn't understand that part. So we were like, who the heck is that?
His new love convinces him to say goodbye to his old love.
As he's saying goodbye to her at the grave explodes, sending him flying.
He thinks she set him up.
He sends her away for good.
Feeling deflated, he's coaxed out of retirement.
By good old friend, Felix. To lend a
Fix it,
hand.
Felix.
Hey.
Fix it, Felix. Bond finds himself replaced by a woman.
He meets the new 007.
The digs between them begin. Fighting over this 007 title.
So who deserves the royal title?
Bond's new love was nearly killed as a child.
In a shock twist, she was rescued by the man who nearly killed her and killed her mum. Sorry.
Now she owes him a favour, or he'll kill James Bond, who she still loves but hasn't seen for many years. She's got a task to kill someone with a bioweapon.
Long story short, it goes wrong, as of course it would.
A lot of action packed. Then Bond realised he has a child for his new lover. Yay!
But Bond eventually gets infected with the nano weapon after all, the bioweapon, whatever it's called, after an epic showdown with the guy who forced his new love interest to kill a guy to protect Bond. There's not really out much of it.
Bond realised he has no choice but to die or to spread the what is it?
Are you serious? Bioweapon to those he
Or
loves most.
spread-
Wait, what?
Yep.
So, choosing to go out in style, he allows a load of missiles to be shot at him and blows himself up spectacularly, causing him to die.
No, the missiles was shot into the island to destroy what they were creating.
He was gonna run out, but he was like, do you know
He
what?
got injured.
Stuff it, I'm staying here.
He got injured, mate.
He died!
He got injured. That's why he couldn't escape. He got stabbed several times.
Well, yeah, I sort of said that part, no?
That ending was so beautifully moving, but also sad. So sad. He had a family at once. He had a child.
He
He
couldn't
had
even
a
hold his child, could he? Not once.
He did.
Oh, okay, he did, yeah. Forget that bit. But he couldn't again.
He couldn't be a family. Oh, but James Bond, you know, he stayed till the very end to fight to finish his mission.
Sacrificing his life just when he had all he ever wanted and never knew he wanted.
Obviously, in a James Bond film, doesn't fail without a bit of action here and there, you know, car chase.
Yeah.
So it'll keep you on your seat. About us. We haven't seen the last one, as we said, so a little bit confusing about the woman, whether she was in the last one.
Yeah, we were like, who the heck is this love interest? I thought he was in love with somebody else who died.
I might have watched the last one, but I can't remember. So I'm going to go by we didn't watch it.
And also there was a kid at the start and we were like, who's that kid? And then the kid turned into an adult. Well, I was still confused because like, who's the adult? We thought the kid at the start was Bond's daughter. Bit of foreshadowing maybe?
James Bond does have a ridiculous history with love interest.
They're either all dying on him or he's dying on them.
So, the good intro was different, mysterious, and of course you've got to love the Bond theme tune that goes with the title, and you get to hear the whole of the song at the beginning.
Boring song though.
But I still like the action of it.
I love the intro with the ice and the eeriness of what's going on and who the heck is that person.
It took
It's all edge of the seat drama, wasn't it? You really were on edge.
I think it was about about 10 minutes into the film or so before the titles came up.
No, 20.
Was it actually 20?
Or maybe even half an hour. I think
at
it was
least
the
20.
longest intro they waited to bring in that they've ever done.
I think it was at least 20.
They didn't tarnish the character of Bond completely.
He went out dying for those he loved, and it was so sweet him seeing his mission out to the end.
Reminiscent of the past, with many look-backs to previous Bond films, including We Have All the Time in the World, you know.
What the heck is that?
Really? We even had locations that were reminiscent to themes and stuff like that, you know, real look-back.
Locations were beautiful and used very well.
They weren't just there for decorative purposes. The plane jump was some of the most realistic and frightening plane jump scenes in the Bond history, or any film history that I can think of at all. Very realistic.
Didn't look like CGI. Those days have gone.
Yes, this film looked realistic in pretty much every way, even though you couldn't really believe it because it's totally not real. It looked real. We were warned from spoilers and stuff that Bond was weak and pathetic and just a bit of a pushover. Thankfully, that wasn't really the case, was it? Which was nice. We were warned he might become a comedy character, and you don't make Bond a comedy character. You don't.
No. The classic DB Fine return. It was glorious. Insert picture.
I actually wondered if we'd gone back in time again in the Bond film, but no, it just been brought up to modern day time. I love the forest run and hide, that was great. Some lovely edge of your seat moments where they were running. Bond flipping cars over with his Range Rover. Woo!
More realistic fights and action. We all love a good bit of action. Daniel Craig put it all.
Put his all in, I think you're trying to say. Yeah.
Daniel Craig put his all in.
I think for his final film, he just put everything into it. Though. Do you know what I mean? He did.
Especially as it was the last one.
Yeah.
Shame.
It's a very different twist. This is mature Bond. This is Bond at his top. Him on retirement. He's older. He's wiser. He's no longer who he was.
Those cheeky one-liners.
And the offensive lines you couldn't help but love.
The good and the bad. They don't try to make Bond a woman. The woman is a very different character. She's her own person.
Yep, Bond is still Bond, at least for the duration of the film.
The first half was breathtaking.
The second half was very jumbled. This has been the most realistic James Bond in all the James Bond history.
Definitely.
Daniel has just brought it to, yeah. He's more realistic, but less fun.
You get to have that sense of know how he's feeling.
He's more vulnerable and doesn't feel invincible. And that was evident by the end.
The villains were typically bad, and the villains looked what they were supposed to be.
They looked bad.
The whole theme of the film was dark and depressing.
But kind of in a good way. But kind of in a truly saddening way.
The good Bond girl was in it for a very short, ridiculous time.
Yeah, she was actually really good. I can't remember who she was, but she was good, and then they barely used her.
Yes, but I think they were just introducing her ready for the new film.
I don't think so. She was great, fun, strong,
So
you know,
this is it.
all of that. But the main girl who was replacing Bond was just rude. She was just rude. Not very nice, not very lovable.
Wow, different character. The bad.
It felt like a parody of Bond, really. It's far too trying to please everyone, and yet failing to please anyone.
Usually everyone's overwhelmed and impressed by Bond, but this time the characters felt a bit with him.
Yeah, they were a bit annoyed with him, weren't they?
The ear-piercing sound effects was impressive.
Like when he got exploded, bomb hit him back. It was impressive for years ago. These days, it's just annoying.
Bond dead, Felix dead, Blofeld dead.
We don't want to see a film that destroys the fabric of Bond. Literally. And all that made the Bond film franchise stripped away bit by bit. It felt far more drama and far less Bond.
She was a great actress, but we couldn't buy into the relationship of Madeline. Just didn't work somehow, and she was just too weak.
The 50+ year villain organisation has been destroyed. There's a theme here. No, that's not good.
Oh.
I mean, technically it's good. Not like in the world of, you know, it defeats everything. And just like that, that's it. Gone. No fanfare. Over. The music was so depressing and empty. Literally, I just felt like I'd gone to a funeral before the film had even started. It feels disrespectful to other Bonds. It's like their history didn't exist because Daniel Craig's Bond died. It's just disrespectful, isn't it?
He could carry on for his daughter somehow.
I mean, Daniel's first film as Bond saw him recreated from the beginning, and then we saw right up until the end. Great, like, continuity, but you've had the start, you've had the end. Where's the other ones in between? Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? Yeah. It's as if the other folks in his timeline just didn't exist.
He finally had a child, and the interaction was very small. The summary.
Personally, my summary is I fear for what's next. They've destroyed the fabric of Bond, and they've destroyed Bond. Going forward, I just feel like it could only ever be a weak tribute act. Going forward itself, I think if they even somehow recreated everything, I don't reset, whatever, I fear that Bond is going to have the mickey taken out of him. Because they were hinting at it this time, they didn't go there, but I feel like if they bring him back in some form, he's going to be a comedy character. I feel like they're so close to making him become...
But they killed him off, the character. The actual character.
This is
Bond.
what I'm saying, but...
So what are they doing
don't
now?
forget, we've got that little twist coming at the end, which is very confusing.
The Bond franchise has ended, and I'm like, what? Really? Could they have not got a different actor? But unfortunately, it comes to an end of the era, so I'm
Before you
thinking...
say any more, I think we're going to have to... At the final couple of seconds at the end, if you stayed long enough to find out what it said in the end, it came out saying, James Bond will return.
I did not say that.
It did.
When did that came up?
Did you not know that? You didn't know? Yeah,
Really?
it comes up on screen saying James Bond will return. You weren't there, I wasn't there, but it said it.
Really? How did you find this out?
I have my inside spies.
That is a shock twist to me as well.
So in what capacity? Are they going to go into his history?
Probably younger when they're probably, sometimes you can have films when he goes back, you can go back to his younger, before he became an FBI, you know.
FBI?
Not FBI. When he became a
secret agent.
Secret
Her Majesty,
agent.
the Queen.
So, you know, you can still have a film of that when he was younger, his history of his family life, and then
I've got another couple of
teenage
theories.
years.
It's either that, or somehow he didn't die, which is just getting ridiculous, but there you go. Or they bring him back.
No, he didn't want to do it no more, Daniel Craig.
No, but a new Bond.
That's what I'm saying.
And then he looks totally different because he's like, oh, Bond, you look so different. Yeah, it's probably because my face has been like smashed in by about 10 missiles.
But he was so injured, he couldn't get off the
Well,
island.
there you go. I don't know what's going on, but I think in that
unless
case, if they're bringing him back, don't kill him off at all. But there you go. Anyway, your summary now. You've heard that part.
I'm sure. It probably means the woman who's taking over the 007, she'll be taking on...
No, they said James Bond, not 007 carry, that is what they said. So I'm asking for your summary.
Maybe live on through his daughter, I guess.
She's not James Bond.
Well, clearly by the sounds of it, just...
Janine Bond, maybe. Jasmine. Jasmine could be a nice name.
Probably he survived him by the sounds of it.
I think it's going to go back in time. But yeah, summary
Probably,
of the film.
I enjoyed the film. Very good. It was just sad that he had to go and he couldn't go with his family, and he said goodbye to his lover on the phone.
How did you feel walking out of that cinema?
I felt sad.
Me too.
Yeah, but also I felt, good, brilliant.
We went there really excited for this film. We were like, oh, it's good, so happy. We went in the film so excited. Like, we came out. I don't feel very happy. I literally remember.
Happened.
I went into the toilet. I was like, I'm going to be back in a minute. I just stood in the toilet. I was like, I don't feel great. I feel upset. And the security guard was like, right, we're going to need to remove you from the press. I feel sad.
Leave a like.
In honour of Bond, and if you want to wish him well in his afterlife, leave a like.
So comment below what you think of the film and of this video.
And that ending. What do you think of the ending? Did it
if you've
upset
seen
you?
the video, but
Have
like we
ruined
said,
it? Do you regret listening to this vlog? If so, then you shouldn't have listened to it because you were warned. Join our NordVPN community. Our special link down below. It is an incredible service, and I reckon Bond probably uses the VPN himself, really, when you think about it, on his secret missions. So be like Bond, sign up to the link below, like us, and you will not regret it. And God bless.
They're astoundingly astonishing, and strikingly bewildering. It's Carrie and Barry.
No, you're supposed to do it at me. Brilliant, well done.